gonna get discovered for the fucking noob that I am.
Your magic is fake and American.
Oh, we have granola pieces of things.
You trying to...
Look at this brand name granola. Insert sponsor here, granola.
Right.
Oh.
So the whole idea behind this show...
Oh, God.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, that sounds good.
The whole idea behind this show this evening was we were gonna get drunk and toss the link out on CMG then hopefully
some granola.
get granola drunk.
Get granola drunk.
And then hopefully get some questions and fun topics to talk about. Yeah. So this is the Contextually Yours podcast CMG episode.
Alright, we need a theme song.
We don't have a theme song.
Contextually yours.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah, we don't know if we can see comments or not.
Yeah.
So,
So if somebody knows how to actually work
we're just gonna start
live
fucking
feeds,
rambling.
yeah.
And if anybody wants to hit us up on how you
how you make
fucking
comments
do this,
work.
where we can actually see the chat,
Yeah.
that'd be wonderful.
We're kind of dumb at this.
Like, we're not dumb because we got the audio source straight from the interface into the live feed, which I think is quite brilliant because most people don't know how the fuck to do that.
Right.
So, so that part we got down. We just don't have fucking chat, and I don't know if you can enable chat for a page. I think maybe the chat thing is for
We're up to 4 now. 4
individual people. 4 people.
Yeah.
4 people might like this brand name granola piece
that you're chewing on directly into your microphone.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, they're going to pay me for this someday.
They're going to pay you in
someday.
In, I don't know.
They're going to pay us, Griffin. They're going to pay us.
Shells.
We're going to be rich for me just chewing a granola bar.
That's fantastic.
Into the microphone.
Well,
Sponsor Us Granola. We're brought to you by Sponsor Us Granola.
So this gets fun.
Their tagline is granola that goes straight to your taint.
I don't think that's a real thing.
That is.
So this gets really fun when people start actually posting comments and stuff.
We can't get distracted by that. We have to act like it's a real podcast.
Oh.
I mean, we can just. I mean, if something comes up, I'm totally gonna. Hey, you wrote a comment, or somebody wrote a comment.
Somebody wrote a comment.
We wrote a comment.
Yeah, I wrote a comment.
Ourselves.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What?
Well, it's gonna be boring the more we talk about who is and isn't
watching the show.
Writing comments and all that shit.
Fuck it.
Hey, we also have Sponsor Us Rum.
This is delicious.
Sponsor Us Rum. It kicks your dick in the mud. Sponsor Us Rum. Kick your dick in the mud with Sponsor Us Rum.
I'm drinking Virgin's Feet whiskey. It's actually filtered through the feet of virgins.
Yeah.
It's like poured over their feet.
But only like male 30-year-old virgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. It tastes good.
Yeah.
So shit, I don't know. So far this is kind of a bust because nobody's talking to us.
Well, that's okay. You can't keep bringing that shit up, man.
I'm sorry, it bugs me. But I have a complex. It just gets under my skin.
Oh, here comes Rachel.
Yeah.
I
No, you should go this way.
You should totally
and,
go this way.
And you should also look at our video feed and tell us if you can comment on it.
Okay, well,
at some point.
I'm putting this shit here then.
Rachel just moved in. It's the Rachel Just Moved In podcast, brought to you by Sponsor Us Granola.
Oh my God.
And Virgin Feet Whiskey.
And Virgin Feet Whiskey. Oh, wow.
So, how about that Hurricane Irma?
You hear
That's
this?
gonna fuck some shit up.
You hear that?
I think everyone can hear you
I'm telling you,
chomping.
Hurricane Irma doesn't have shit on this wonderful granola. I'm telling you, they're gonna give us money.
I'm just gonna listen to you.
They're gonna give us money.
I'm just gonna listen to you chomp on the microphone.
yeah.
There.
Maybe we can make a ASMR video.
It's just somebody chewing.
Just me chewing on an ASMR video.
See, now if we were gonna do that, I would love to create like the hypnotic like lights to go along with it. So it would be like
oh wait, we should probably leave this light on.
It would be like a light trip, but you're just hearing someone chew the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes you hungry. It makes you hungry for Sponsor Us Granola.
Sponsor Us Granola. Brought to you by Virgin Feet Whiskey.
Yeah, so what's going on in the world that we can discuss without anyone commenting on it?
I fucking said, man, there's that hurricane. People are getting fucked up left and right on that bitch.
Has it hit land yet?
No, I think it's supposed to. Well, it fucked up all them islands.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Fuck. Those islands that we don't care about as Americans.
Like the U.S. Virgin Islands that are completely...
Yeah.
Oh, no, those guys are doubly fucked because after Irma came through and, like, just shat on their shit, just double shat on them, they were like, fuck, we need help. So they were trying to figure out what was going to happen first. Either, like, relief effort or they're going to get hit by Hurricane Joe that's, like, fucking dead set coming to them. Yeah. No, see, Jesus didn't do anything. Like, people prayed and it didn't help.
Jesus' function now is to be a expression of frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole Jesus H Christ. What's the H stand for?
Now, like, there's Jesus' function in the church is like, it's still pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Like Catholicism's still huge. But a close runner-up, it's closer than it's ever been to Jesus just being an expletive. Like,
yeah. So anytime anything bad happens, you're like, just thanks, Jesus.
No, I just mean the general Jesus fucking Christ.
Like just using Jesus.
Yeah, just uses Jesus' name in vain.
Yeah.
Has become Jesus' new role.
Yeah. Why? I never understood that. Like, what's with the whole in vain thing? Like.
Do you want me to let
Yeah, I never really understood that either, because it's not really in vain because you're actually like expressing something that might need biblical context depending on how pissed off you are.
Yeah.
So, it's not in vain at that point.
You're so vain.
Because like you get, if you get pissed off enough where you're like, the trials and tribulations of Jesus of Nazareth have to be commented upon due to how fucked up this is, then, I'd say he's serving a pretty good purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porpoise. That guy.
Yeah. I'm still trying to see if I can see comments.
I don't know where that would happen at. Are you coming back?
Hey, there's 22. Holy shit! People are watching this shit.
Who's watching this shit?
I don't know. It says post engagement 22. I don't know if that means people are actually watching or
Jesus
commenting on it or. Oh, you're gonna hear all the background noises of Rachel moving in. Rachel moving in. Brought to you by Little Bear Guitar Pedals.
Hey, if anybody knows how to make the comments thing, do commenty things on this, we would love to know if you say anything.
And I don't know why this is sitting here, but if anybody does want to buy a rat distortion pedal, hit me up. Just saying that.
That's the rat.
It's got all 3 rats on it. and it's badass because it was made by Bear Hampton.
Should I
Oh,
put this
I did just see
on
a
my
comment.
door?
Yes, you should. Totally. Hey, what's up, Butch? How's it going, man? I did see a comment.
Yeah.
We finally found that there are comments, and it was posted a few seconds ago, even though there's a delay in the feed. So the fuck have you been up to, Butch?
Is that a Butch guy?
Yeah, one of my friends. Hopefully we have more friends of ours that aren't out on a Saturday night and are as, tired of leaving the house as we are.
Vain like against all odds. Vain like for your vanity. No, I get that. I just don't see I just don't understand it. Like I don't get the concept.
Of vanity?
Yeah. Well, I mean like in that
Yeah.
context.
Yeah, that is weird, and I agree. I've never understood what that actually meant.
And Jared says that they're no longer the Virgin Islands. They're fucked. That's so horrible. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to hell.
That's true. Butch just got home from work.
Welcome home.
Butch just got home from work. Brought to you by Sponsor Us Rum. Sponsor Us Rum. It's rum from Jesus' nipples. Sponsor Us Rum.
How is that a thing?
Huh?
How could that be a thing?
Well, we're talking about Jesus.
Like, is it just
Jesus
like a
has-
Spanish guy?
No, it's Jesus of Nazareth.
Oh.
He had rum nipples. You
Had
don't
the
know this?
rum nipples!
He had rum nipples. With
Where you
extra
going?
hairs.
I was gonna let Dublin in. Should I let
Oh.
Dublin in?
Yeah, you can let Dublin in. He'll bark at things.
We're gonna fix this here. There
So,
we go.
Liz is online too.
Yeah?
Maybe she's watching. I have no fucking clue if she is, but she might be. Yeah. So, since this is we're gonna talk about cast magic stuff.
Yeah.
What would cursing in Jesus' name grant you? Like, what mechanism would that serve? And like, first of all, why the fuck do we do it? You know, it's a cultural thing, right? So like, because you don't have to be particularly religious to, like, say Jesus fucking Christ or Jesus H Christ. You don't have to be
it's
religious
just,
by any means.
Yeah, no, I think it's just become just a cultural colloquialism.
Yeah, this is like a taboo, like any cuss word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
But
the fuck word.
because Jesus is involved,
Right.
is there more power in it?
I guess it depends on your religious preference.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I think that would probably play a
It has the
huge
power
factor.
to piss off Christians,
I'll be back.
Yeah.
in a couple
like
of
more than.
hours.
Okay.
She's leaving. She's leaving. That was Rachel was moving in. Brought to you by Sponsor Us Whiskey.
Yeah.
Or no, Virgin's Feet Whiskey.
Virgin's Feet whiskey.
Butch says anything is possible with Christ. That's true, Butch. That's true. You say your Hail Marys and put lotion on your dick and I don't know.
Full of
I was trying to
sickles.
start improvising there and it didn't work.
Yeah, you threw a Hail Mary.
I need more booze.
Put some booze in your cup.
Which kids don't drink. It's the worst drug on the planet.
I think
It's just legal and acceptable.
I think the more that we drink, the better the show gets.
That's been. No, that's the Balmer Peak.
Yeah.
That's the Balmer Peak. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, XKCD, just look up Balmer Peak. It's a degree of drunk where you're at your peak drunk, and then anything after that, like, you're efficient as hell, in that peak, and then after that you're
fucked.
Yeah, kind of like a couple weeks ago when we recorded, and I have no memory of anything I said.
Right.
Yeah.
I did just find out that apparently there are different comments, like depending on where the post was made.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the comments on the post I made on my page, but I have no fucking clue. Like, it's definitely not chat.
Yeah.
Like the other videos. So
What the fuck are we doing?
whatever.
Wrong?
Well, who you got talking to you?
Well, I got Jared stuff coming in on the on the other page. CMG is not active at all. Like,
Yeah.
nobody talking.
Yeah, they don't. They're not necessarily the type. Now, if we had tattooed a sigil on our chest and made that the thumbnail,
Yeah.
and then talked about how we got to take care of our kids, but we just summoned Satan, and we've been smoking crack for a couple months, and
All of these things
and all that
are
kind of stuff,
true.
then definitely they would click on it. They disabled comments for that post,
Seriously?
by the way. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're done, because we don't know if this guy is actually fucked up or whatever, and they already kicked him out of the group. So
Wow.
yeah, he got kicked. He did look like it. I looked at his profile, and he did look like a douchebag. But look like a douchebag. What does that mean?
Sometimes you just gotta go a little batshit crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of the point. All right, I'm getting a drink.
So make yourself a drink.
I'm gonna make myself a drink. And let's have a song drink break. What song will we play on our drink break?
What are you talking about?
Like, well, we should sing a song. Like a jingle for one of our sponsors.
No.
Yeah, I was trying to get you to do something.
I don't do things. We do have actually one sponsor that we have a commercial for.
What?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Well, I don't have it ready to play, but
Oh, right. Yeah.
it's almost
That's
ready.
right.
We've just picked up new Cool Jet Fusion Doritos as a sponsor
Yeah, we've got Doritos as a sponsor, which is amazing.
because we don't know what we're doing.
We conned them into it.
Yeah. That's a dog licking up water.
Yeah. Dog's thirsty.
Yeah. So, once again, this is Contextually Yours podcast. My name is Griffin. That's Jeff. And this is our
Come
train...
over if you want to be a guest.
And this is our train wreck of a show this evening.
Come over, you can talk shit. Talk shit to all your enemies. It'll be on social media where no one gets mad.
That's pretty hardcore.
Can you actually hear me?
Yes.
I figured you could, but just making sure.
How do you spell whose name?
How do you spell what?
Hugh.
Hootenanny? Is that what you just asked me? How do you spell hootenanny?
No, somebody had asked, how do you spell her name? I was just wondering whose name. Price gouging. What about price gouging? You think it's wrong for Best Buy to charge, a simple $49.99 for a case of water?
One thing Barry Donegan pointed out to
They're just
me
playing
that
to the
I didn't
market.
think about was that price gouging actually fights scarcity because, well, it depends on the price gouging. If it's price gouging by someone who is kind of like a monopoly with whatever it is,
Yeah.
like the airlines are a fucking cartel. So like when they price gouge, like for airline tickets at $3,000 a pop to leave the area, that is really fucked up. When like say a bottle bottled water manufacturer or whatever, or stores. They have like bottled water, just as an example. To a point, and I'm not saying this isn't a moral argument at all. I mean, it's immoral just in general. It's amoral, really. But when they charge extra for water, that brings a shitload of people down to that area to sell water. And then the more saturated the market is with water, the more the price will go back down.
So what you're saying is when a hurricane comes through and it brings extra water.
Oh, God.
No? Is that not?
Toilet paper. I don't know. Any other, like, basic supply that has a lot of competition? Any goods or services that has a lot of competition? Fucking, like, Uber and Lyft drivers, right?
Yeah.
Say you have Uber and Lyft drivers, like, raising their rates to go into a dangerous area. Well, there's going to be more drivers that are willing to there's going to be certain drivers that are willing to take the risk and certain drivers that won't. And there's the people that want to make more money are going to be more likely to be in that area. So like if you couldn't price gouge on like ride sharing, like if you couldn't like get an Uber, if you had to get an Uber and they couldn't raise their rates, you won't get an Uber.
Mm-hmm.
You just won't get one, period. Like, it won't matter if they're gouging or not because they won't exist. And so that's the kind of argument for it, even though it's still immoral. Like, it's not, or amoral at least, it's still not a good thing to do to people. You should have, people should be charitable regardless. Like, you should have more supply. You should make more supply and get it to the places that need it, regardless of how much money you're making in those situations. But
I like money.
when you're, I like money. When you compare those two options, at least it'll be available. So then, even if you're poor, you can at least steal the shit. Like it's not, at least it's there. So I don't know. That was a good point he made. And then of course people jumped his ass about it. They're like, oh, it's fucking terrible. And he's like, no, I'm not making a moral argument for it. It's still not a good thing to do, but it's better than scarcity. It's better than not having it.
It's a lot of money for water, though.
Well, to a point. So, like, if you're charging $100 per bottle of water, then fuck you and go die in a ditch. Like, whatever. But if you're charging, I don't know, say $5 for a bottle of water, like, concert prices, you're going to have people from all over the country driving down. If they can make just a little bit extra, enough to compensate them for driving down to Florida or Texas or wherever, if it will make up the difference and they will make a profit, you're going to have more water and the price is going to stay lower and it won't be as high. So everybody's be like, well, if they're charging $20 for a bottle of water, I can drive down there with 50 cases and charge people, $10 and still make a huge profit.
Right.
And then that just keeps happening and keeps happening until it's no more expensive than it was.
What do you do though if it's like a disaster area, like how are you going to justify the costs and being able to do that?
I don't know what you mean.
Like being able to purchase it and bring it in, sell it for the higher dollar. Like if you can't move your product into the area.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, then, yeah. I mean, that's when it becomes
They had fucking
immoral as opposed to just amoral.
They had Pizza Hut fucking delivery drivers delivering pizza to people who were stuck via fucking kayak.
Yeah.
In Texas.
And do you think people would be in those kayaks if they weren't getting paid well?
Well, it depends.
Some will.
Depends
yeah,
on the
I would
person.
do it for fucking the same. I wouldn't give a... I'd be like, sweet, I get to ride my kayak. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a matter of supply and demand.
Yeah.
So, whether you think it's nice or not, it's not nice for sure, and I agree. with that, but
What in this world is nice?
less and less every day, except this wonderful sponsor us rum.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And this Virgin Feet whiskey.
Sponsor us rum. Put it on your dick and make a fortune with Sponsor us rum.
And don't forget the Contextually Yours podcast is brought to you by fuckeryinc.com, a subsidiary of Fapco. Fuckeryinc.com for all of your trolling needs. Visit us at fuckeryinc.com. Reasonable rates and wonderful packaging await.
Do we ever set that up?
No, we bought the URL, but we haven't done anything else
Yeah.
with it.
We will be setting that up.
Yeah, fuckeryinc.com. But for your hate mail, you can reach us at contextuallyyourspodcast@gmail.com.
And we will maybe or maybe not respond to it and or read it.
I have responded to every
Over
single
the-
email we've ever gotten. What? I have.
0?
1.
Oh, 1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We did get one.
Yeah, we got one.
We got one. Oh,
And the show's-
yes,
the
yes,
show's-
Butch, it's a rum and coke.
The show's
Sorry,
on
I just
YouTube.
realized he's still commenting.
Oh, thank God. Thank God somebody still
Somebody's
cares.
still watching. We have, what's it called? Engagement.
Oh, yeah.
Engagement in our audience. Audience, are you engaged? You should be engaged, audience.
Motherfuckers.
Listen to my voice. Be engaged.
Yeah.
Engage yourselves. Maybe we'll call you engagers.
And you can send all of your hate mail to
And you'll have a
contextuallyyourspodcast@gmail.com.
We'll assign you a number, and we'll put you in an engagers camp.
In fact, if you want
And you
to
can engage in the podcast in the camp.
troll us,
And then you can buy
send
all
it.
our
You can
products.
send it straight to contextuallyyourspodcast@gmail.com. Don't go to fuckeryinc.com yet, because there's nothing there.
But whatever you do, engage. Engage. Engage your little dollar signs.
Yeah. If only. I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
No one will give us money, ever. I think we should move to Britain. Cause
Yeah.
I think if we moved to Britain, we could probably write a successful sitcom.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe, but there's a lot of competition for good shit
Yeah.
in the UK.
Well, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be catchy.
As opposed to
you
here,
know?
where it's like you have 30,000 channels and 20 different streaming
Why don't we-
outlets, and
why don't
you
we-
can write total bullshit, and
Why-
it will get aired.
Why don't we do a public access TV show?
Yeah,
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Do they have? Does anybody know if there are?
Is public access television in America still a
Yeah,
thing?
it's public access in Springfield, Missouri. Is there a public access channel
Yeah.
where we can shave my asshole on camera?
I don't want to do that.
Oh,
Like
I completely missed the point of this
maybe
this question.
Maybe if there's money,
Yeah.
if there's some money in it.
Cha-ching,
What?
cha-ching, butch, cha-ching, cha-ching,
What are you?
and toast. I said cha-ching, motherfucker, when I was talking about engagement.
Hmm.
But that's not what it's about. It's about me caring about our engagers.
It's about shaving your asshole on public
Because
television.
we care about our engagers.
I care.
We care every time you engage.
Yeah.
And when you don't engage. So we talked about
nothing.
that. Talked about those things. Hey, you know what?
What?
We could look at the I don't know if I want to get into politics necessarily, but it seems to be like ripe with things to talk about all the time.
We can get into all the ticks.
Or we could discuss religion, cast magic, all that stuff.
Yeah.
but I am so ill-educated on any of that, and you will have to like lead that fucking that discussion. Like I would have to, we'd have to pick something, and I'll like ask you questions about it, because otherwise, probably not gonna. I don't like to go on and on about those things.
Yeah.
I can go on and on about like the mindset and how symbols change your psychology from my subjective understanding of it, and just kind of being a
That's all it all is,
psychology
man.
geek. But it's a little bit beyond that. It really is. Because you can't... I think what's in the realm... Of course, this is more, I guess, philosophy, but that's the whole point. Anything that's in the kind of in that realm of like half truth, not even half truth, like subjective truth. There's no objective truth. There's no real objective truth. Because it's all filtered through your senses.
It all starts out subjectively.
And so if you have like confidence in your own subjective truth enough, I mean, how the fuck else would
Hey, Kenneth.
pyramids get built?
Hey, Kenneth. That's my shoe on my head.
What?
I don't know. Some guy had asked me, said, put a shoe on your head. So
Put a shoe on your head?
yeah.
Oh, because he's supposed to be a trained monkey?
I'm
Hot news.
not your fucking monkey.
But it's like, wait, there are political things afoot in America? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, so I think subjective truth and objective truth is like, there's so much to be said for like what you can get away with subjectively. And it's getting harder, I think, because of advances in science and these other things. But then in some ways it's getting easier, because then you hear about things like fucking quantum physics theories and crazy shit like that is like beyond materialistic science. Like it's no longer like physical science. It's
theoretical.
on this theoretical realm, but things actually work in that realm.
Right.
Like you can actually make you can actually use quantum mechanics to make actual real life devices that work in the physical world.
Yes.
So, that's almost, I mean, you can pin the label on it, quantum, science, quantum theory, whatever, but it's still like, there's still a mystery to it. It's still, it's still on that plane of like, how can we manifest something physical from these ideas?
Right.
And so yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for subjective experience and truth, particularly when it comes to Einstein, because he said that thing, if you teach it, if you're judging a fish on its ability to climb a tree, or whatever that quote was, then all fish are stupid.
All fish are stupid. I get what you're saying there, and I don't know. I think it's definitely kind of a double-edged sword, where yes, things are getting a little bit easier, but still harder. And I don't think it's necessarily science that's causing that. I think the general populace is just getting fucking stupid. We are suspending our ability to see the natural world around us, to actually experience it, and I think we're just dumbing ourselves down through that practice.
Yeah, it's also okay. So what about the role of like, so there's materialism in capitalism, but not all capitalism is materialistic. But materialism is easier to function within capitalism because it's like quantifiable. Everything's quantifiable. Like if I tell you, you know, you can go on $1,000 cruise or whatever. Well, what's the cruise involve? Like, what if I fucking hate boats? You know, what if you know, what if I go and it's everything that I wanted in the brochure, but then I get there and I get seasick and you know, fucking squid jumps out of the water and bites my dick off. I don't know how oceans work.
Don't stick your dick in a squid's mouth.
Don't stick your dick in a squid's mouth. But like if you know, you can't, like, it's harder to quantify experience. Like if I sell you an experience, it's harder to put that in dollars. But if I sell you an item, like if I give you something physical, it's a lot easier to like pin money onto that. You know what I mean? Like, and you can compare it to other items and you can, you know what I mean? Like you have a value is easier to figure out in a materialistic sense. So then you have kind of like this economic ideas, and then everybody kind of functions subconsciously with those economic ideals, as opposed to separating them between like, oh well, if I did this for you, then you owe me. You know, if we're friends, and like I you know, fucking drive you to work one day, then it might be like this thing in your head or in mine or both where it's like, oh, well, you owe me or whatever. But that's not true. That's not like, that doesn't actually exist. That's not anywhere on paper or anything that I could give you a ride to work every single day, and if I don't think you owe me, then you don't really owe me. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, or if I don't know, there's a shitload of examples I could give, but like charitable contribution, like especially people, everybody wants that fucking tax receipt for their charitable donations. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because fuck the government, but if you know, you're really adamant about getting that tax receipt, are you really donating? Like, are you really giving charity? If you really want that, like, little bit of you know, like, it's this give and take thing where everything's quantified and everything's materialized, and it gets in your brain, and that's why Western culture, it's really hard to have, you know, transcendent ideas, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we reinforce materialism.
That's true.
Through our economics.
Yeah.
And so, and not entirely, but I mean, our culture doesn't separate those things, which it should. You know, contextually, you should be like, you know, if I'm with my tribe, nothing matters. Like, nothing right. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't, you shouldn't be making tally marks on a board. When I was in high school, everybody had tabs on somebody else that, like, you know, oh, that guy's mooching, that guy's a mooch. It's a mooch. It's a mooch. Fucking, who came up with that word? And it's like, well, don't give him anything. Like, it's not that just like, tell him I'm not gonna give you anything anymore, and then it's over, and then move on with your fucking day. Like,
all I'm saying is, kids, just go the fuck outside a little bit.
Yeah, and go outside. Go outside and get past the material aspect of nature. Don't like, when you look at a tree, don't try to call it an oak tree. Just be like, hey, even if they're two oak trees, they're completely different trees. So I have a very, oh shit. Is that what you're laughing about?
No, just the oak tree comment alone.
Yeah,
That was
but
priceless.
Butch put the more you know, that like little logo. The more you know.
Yes.
Brought to you by Sponsor Us Rum.
Just keep drinking.
Sponsor Us Rum and sponsor us cola. Makes a good rum and cola.
I'm drinking whiskey, filtered through the feet of 30 virgins, and it's Irish, so you know it's good.
30-year-old virgins?
Yes,
30-year-old male virgins
30-year-old virgins
who wear sandals all the time. And don't wash their feet.
and don't wash their.
Because that's the true. That's like the little secret they don't tell you. You know, that's what helps the fermenting process. That's why it's really, really tasty. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
It's Toe Jam surprise.
But you decided to not comment on it.
I was just gonna let you. I was just gonna let you roll there.
Mm. So we solved materialism. What else are we talking about? Butch, throw us a subject.
So, Butch is gonna subject us. Wait, that sounds
Maybe.
awkward.
He's gonna subject us to his dick.
Wow.
I hope not. Don't do that, Butch. Really, don't do that. 4 minutes ago is when he posted that.
Jason said he would come over, but he said that would require pants.
But no, it doesn't.
I said, or at least a furry costume.
Yeah, just tell him put on whatever. We don't care. I mean, he can't have his dick out. That's the only thing. Because it's on video, we'll get kicked off of Facebook.
Oh, that's right. You don't want to violate the terms of service. Wait, can you say fuck on Facebook? Because I've said that a lot.
Yes, for sure.
Just making sure.
Have you ever seen any post on Facebook?
No, I've never used Facebook.
Yeah. I try not to, but we want to do shit like this. So.
Jason has replied to your comment by saying that his dick is such that it absolutely does.
It
Need to
does.
be out.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you're passionate.
He says like shadows and fog.
I'll give you.
He's got the Balrog dick.
All right. Well, I like you have spunk, kid.
That means
Wait,
something.
he's probably older than us. Is he older than me? I don't know. Yeah, I like your commitment, but yeah, we just can't. But says sponsor us rum. It still gives you liver cancer.
Yeah.
This is a
that?
pretty good one.
What?
Acceptable cover songs.
Acceptable cover songs?
Yeah. I don't think there's no limits. Fuck it. No limits.
Yeah, I don't really think, like, I mean, the only limit I guess I would suggest is doing it well, like, no matter what you do.
Yeah. We'll do it uniquely and well. Like, don't make it the exact same fucking song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But I
Do
wouldn't
it.
say that anything's, like, off limits.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I think everything's pretty much an acceptable cover song. Now, that might be the other... You might be talking from the other angle where, like, you know, if you have a shitty pop song, do you cover it as a metal band or whatever? Which we've been... on that, there has been a entire market around that proves that that's okay, too.
What would your ideal cover song be?
Oh, fuck. That's a good one. I did have an idea to do a song by Marcy Playground, Shadow Seattle, using my upright piano and a like distorted bass. So like it's only 2 chords. That whole song, well, most of the song, It's just like these two fucking chords. If you could just do those two chords on piano, and the bass line's awesome, and just like kind of bring out the bass line just a little bit. Not like a heavy distorted bass, but just like a little bit of dirt on it.
Yeah.
And just like, I think that would sound really good.
Jason says that his ideal cover song would be Self Sanctuary by The Cult. That'd be a good one.
Jason doesn't strike me as a Cult fan for some reason.
Jason, are you a Cult fan?
Wow. That's awesome. I wanted to do a...
He did go. He said, "Dear God," he went full hipster there. No, Jeff is hipster as fuck and doesn't even know it.
I don't distinguish. Call me a fucking hipster. I don't give a shit.
I will classify you.
Yeah, do it. Put me in a category.
In a box. In a
Please
little
do
box.
it. Please do it. I love box walls. They smell good.
He says he likes all kinds of shit, bitch.
So, well, no, I wasn't. Never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't see anyone with glasses as a Cult fan. Oh shit!
That's racist.
Oh god, damn it. Yep, that's my stereotypes.
Wow.
No, but seriously, I don't know many nerd Cult fans. Like, I just like maybe Olmedo. I guess I'll give Olmedo.
Yeah.
Olmedo is a nerdy Cult fan. Yeah. I did want to try to do a cover, like a series of covers with all songs by female singers. Because there are several that are really good. That would be, I don't know, that you could do because it's like androgynous vocal melodies and you know, lyrics that aren't necessarily, I don't know, like yeah, I think they would work.
Yeah. Jason says, like, when your song is about Seattle, you've given in. Wake up and smell the sustainably sourced coffee. You know what? Fuck that. Because Seattle was a beautiful place.
Seattle's fucking awesome.
It was a beautiful place.
It's amazing.
I'm going to write a fucking song about Seattle now.
Any major metropolitan area where I can walk around at 3 a.m. and somebody tells me hi. Like, if somebody's like, hey, what's up, man? Yes. At 3 a.m., like, fucking, I will move there in a heartbeat if I can afford it. That's the tricky part. Heart. Butch, do you want me to cover Crazy on You by Heart? Heart wasn't on my list of female-fronted covers that I want to do. I had that list.
How the
somewhere.
fuck do you spell karaoke? I'm too drunk to spell karaoke.
Karaoke.
K-E. Karaoke. That's racist.
Yeah, actually, I might have that list somewhere, but it's
Yes, someone saying hello at 3 a.m. is a fucking life goal.
Yeah.
And no, the Walmart greeters do not count. I'm talking about we're just walking out on the streets by the fucking docks at 3 a.m.
Yeah, somewhere that, like, in a park where someone probably, if it was anywhere else, could get stabbed.
It wasn't a park. It was by the fucking docks.
Well, yeah, it was close to the docks. It wasn't at the docks.
Dude, the street was here. The docks were there. We were across the fucking street.
I don't know. I might have been drunk that night.
We were drunk every night.
But yeah, it was really cool. People were chill as fuck there, and it's amazing.
Or we were so drunk that everyone just seemed amazing. I'm not sure. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
And we met Hefe. We met Hefe at the Crocodile.
Yeah.
And that was the greatest thing ever.
She was the best bartender in existence.
Yeah. And she'd been there a while. So it's like a local legend.
Totally.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I do have some tarot notes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to
What
go
kind
into those.
Why not? You just mentioned them on the show. obviously you wanted to talk about them. What kind of notes you got there? Bartendress, is that a thing?
What?
He says bartendress.
I have no idea.
As the female form of bartender.
Sure.
What would be like the unisex version of bartender? Bartendress.
Barkeep.
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 I'm just gonna say that every time I go into a place now. Barkeep. May I have one of those frosty Pabst Blue Ribbons?
Thomas. Butch says.
I will try it out sometime.
Butch says I should do a Barracuda by Heart metal cover.
Huh. Well, that could be a thing.
Which I don't think it's different enough.
Yeah.
I don't think it's pretty much a straight up rock song, and I don't think it doesn't vary enough from metal to justify a metal cover.
Going back to the barkeep thing, if I'm gonna say that, I feel like I want to be wearing a monocle and a suit. When that happens.
Yeah, or at least be in a diaper and covered in feces. Like you've been on the street for a while, and you feel like you're in a different time because you lost everything and you're wandering the streets, and you broke out of a mental institution, and you use the term barkeep.
I think I'm just gonna wear a suit and a monocle. It's a little more my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other one takes a lot more commitment. So.
By commitment, yes.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
This is a reading I had in 2015. Shit, I've been doing this a while, and haven't learned anything. I've only really learned about magical thought. Nothing really that deep. Haven't gotten into the cataloging of the knowledge that everyone else has. Which I guess is okay in chaos magic to some degree. But you still want to know, right? You still want to know like the roots of what you're using, right?
Ideally, most of those fucking kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Depends on your circles. But yeah, this was a tarot reading for love. Oh, I got a soft, squishy
cute.
center. So the reading was about, with the first card, this is a like pentagram form to create a sigil, like a chaos magic sigil based on a goal.
Yeah.
And I got the Three of Pentacles, which basically signifies work. That pretty much killed it for me right there.
Yeah.
But then, like, the thing that would aid me would be the Ace of Swords, which is logic, which I don't know how that fucking works into it. And then what would hinder me would be the Knight of Cups, which is emotion, which I think those two should probably be switched around in my brain. Other people's brains, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? And then there's two outcomes. The first outcome being the Hermit, which is solitude, and the outcome to Ace of Pentacles, which is attainment. So it was really fucking accurate for the subject matter, at least. So that's my tarot notes from November of 2015. But that's the thing, like, we can't discuss, like, there's certain things we can discuss independently. You're not that into tarot, and then I'm not into runes.
That's
so
true.
Like,
yeah, I do think tarot sucks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why though?
Because I don't like it.
Because you don't like it.
Yes.
But do you have reasons for not liking it?
No, it's just a prejudice.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, tarot does get a bad rap, I think. Like, fucking going in booths.
Jason asks if you're using the tarot card app because it's all kinds of
that.
2017.
No.
No, he's got cards.
You need cards because you need humanity.
I mean, dude, your little paper cards are cute. I mean, I like my staves drawn on fucking animal bones that have been.
Hey, I have no problem with that.
I like my shit carved onto fucking dead animals. No, that sounds a little extreme.
Butch says only guys who look like Paul F. Tompkins can say, "Hey, barkeep." Good old Paul F.
I'm gonna get a fucking suit jacket, a monocle, and like a fucking cigarette extender.
What is Paul F. Tompkins doing now? My mumbo jumbo is better than your mumbo jumbo.
I say that every day to all the people everywhere.
I think he's referring to tarot versus runes. Butch, are you an atheist?
So Jason says it's like texting the Ouija board server for predictive text. Tarot cards are like poker for people who aren't getting laid.
Okay, Jason. if you think all this shit is crazy, I don't blame you, but also look at the fucking the Google that reality engine, the image fucking engine thing that looks like psychedelics. Like, we've created a machine that can attempt to replicate what our brains do in the most fucked up states our brains can be in. And if you don't think that took ingenuity from people who were communicating with another realm, then sure, you can believe that.
Yes.
Let's see. Where the fuck is my list of songs?
But you still got your
That was what I was looking for.
Still got your cute little cards there.
I was listening for my list of songs. Hey, the other deck of cards has proven to do something to me.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
I give you shit about it just because I don't really have like a real problem with it.
Yeah. This one, this deck is Aleister Crowley's deck, which, they spent 7 years on it or something, and all the symbols have like really deep connections. The one I have in my room is 72 different artists. It's all different artists. They've drawn each card.
Yeah.
And holy fuck if that isn't more of a I'm not even I got into this shit because of Crowley, and now I'm like, yeah. I'm not into his tarot as much as that other deck. The other deck made me sleepwalk, and I typically don't sleepwalk, so.
Jason says that he believes in the inherent good of mankind, and there sure as fuck is no evidence of that.
Well, that's good.
That's
good. I do too, to a degree.
So you said there was 130 different artists who worked on this tarot deck. What was it? What was the number that you said?
72.
72.
Yeah.
72.
Because there's 72
artists.
cards. Yeah. And one of them is from Springfield.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
That's why I bought them.
Yeah. It's all artsy, fartsy, fancy.
They're really cool. They're really fucking cool. They're good artwork. Just in general.
To a degree, we all believe in the wacky shit of the inherent goodness of mankind. To a degree.
Yeah.
I'm more skeptical. That's just because I'm a jaded fuck, but...
I think I'm more skeptical than you are.
That's saying something.
Yeah. Oh, and he says, Butch is agnostic. He uses the term agnostic, but is cautious to use it because he says it sounds lazy.
It does.
And, I don't know what's out there, and neither does anyone else I know. They might know. That's my problem. That whole subjective reality thing.
Yeah.
Like, it might. You
I
know?
didn't have.
You look at the Dalai Lama and you hear him talk, and you're like, well, he might fucking know. Like, he might just know.
I didn't have 72 artists make my rune set. I have one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed a fucking deer, and then he skinned it, and then he dried the hide, and then he ate the deer.
You're really creeping me out right now.
I don't know what he did with the other parts, but he took some bits of bone, and he polished them down clean, and then he lacquered them and sealed them. But he carved them first, and then he lacquered them and sealed them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that your farmer? Dude,
No. That would be great if he did that, but no, he did not do that.
It's one of those off the grid guys.
Agnostics are atheists who can't commit. That's fantastic.
So not true. So not true. Look at this shit.
What's that? What happened? We got a meme. We got a meme sent to us.
Can I make that huge?
Yeah. How do you
God damn it! What the fuck?
Can you put that on the feed?
No. Well, like maybe technically could, but people are going to be bored at my attempts to.
Oh, yeah.
Unless
that.
unless you tell them a poem while
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it.
Like what kind of a poem?
You gotta tell them a poem. A poem. It's a poem about snakes. It's got to be a poem about snakes. Snakes and raspberry jelly.
I don't know. I don't know any poems.
Tell them a poem about snakes and raspberry jelly.
I don't know any.
Dude, bust a fucking rhyme.
Uh.
And tell people about snakes and raspberry jelly.
I don't I don't have a thing for that.
Yeah, we're pretty terrible at improv. Like,
What am I talking about?
I need to get. I'm gonna take some improv classes. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it on the fucking.
Dude, fucking figure it out.
Well, yeah, but no.
Young and alone, once on a long road, once I lost my way.
You're just reading one, aren't you? You're just reading something on the internet.
Rich I felt.
That's
when
why
I found
creativity
another
is dead now.
Man rejoices.
Kids, are you hearing this? Don't do this. Like, fucking make up your own shit for real. Do some make 'em ups.
No.
Don't read shit on the internet.
Well, I don't know.
Plagiarism is making you stupid, kids.
I don't have a beat to bust a rap. I'll rap if you'll beatbox.
By the way, we do have music equipment in the next room, and as soon as we can figure out how to get this shit in there and make it work, then we'll probably have jamming breaks in podcasts. Or we should.
Yeah.
We need to get sufficiently drunk and then play music. Or not get drunk. I don't know. I just gotta, work on my shit a little bit better so I don't have to drink. I mean talking, not playing music.
Yeah.
I have to get a different kind of social lube.
It happened 15 years ago. I was on a bender.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was in the high desert, walking alone by myself through the desert, and I came upon this cactus, and I didn't know what it was, but I was very thirsty and I had no water. So I picked up the cactus and I thought, hey, if you bite into this cactus, it's gonna have some kind of liquid refreshment inside of the cactus. So I started to chew on the cactus and consume the cactus, and it was very unusual because I didn't feel refreshed at all. Suddenly I became violently ill and began throwing up.
Yeah.
in the middle of the high desert. You know what? Fuck this. I'll tell you what. You want to hear a story? Yesterday night. Yesterday night was the worst
he can't
fucking...
make up shit. He
Yes.
can't make up a damn thing.
That's right.
But that's okay. If you got a good story, fucking tell
Yesterday night was the worst fucking evening for me ever. And the reason being, I had 3 fucking horrible, shitty dreams all in a row. Like, fucking, like, woke me up in the, fucking out of a dead sleep. And it was weird shit.
Yeah,
So,
everybody interpret Griffin's dreams.
right. So dream number 1, right? I dreamed that I'm in this, like, this weird fucking, I don't know, it was like an apartment complex that was completely enclosed. And as I'm trying to find my way out of this complex, there's like a whole series of open doors throughout it. It's got really shitty industrial lighting throughout the hallways.
You ever see that episode of Black Mirror, the
I've never seen Black Mirror
White
ever.
Bear? Oh, fuck. All right, go on.
So as I'm running through the hallways, all of a sudden all of these fights start breaking out in the various apartments, along the route. And suddenly there's gunfire and there's like people running through the halls, kicking the shit out of each other, and all this crazy shit happens. And then like I get shot by like random gunfire, and I wake up and I'm like, what the flying fuck? What was that about? So then I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So then I go back to sleep. And then yet again, I'm walking through this, like, garden that is partitioned by a whole series of these retaining walls. And it's the middle of the night. The moon is high. You can see the trees in the distance.
And there's, like, water in the retaining
Yeah,
walls?
and each one of the retaining walls is filled with some sort of, like, watery, swamp shit. And I'm jumping from retaining wall to retaining wall and trying to find my way out of this retaining wall maze. And I can see that shitty fucking apartment complex thing in the distance, in the moonlight. And I'm like, oh, God, what the fuck? So I start jumping around the other way, jumping from the different walls. And I think I finally found a way through, like, the forest in the distance, finding a clearing that I could get out. And then I go to jump onto what I thought was grass, which turns out to be this, like, moss-covered lake. And I sink into the lake. It's just immediately consumed by this mossy water. And then I find out that I'm not alone in this mossy water, and there's this thing like shooting towards me, and I can see the waves rippling as this thing starts to surface from the water, trying to kill me. So I'm like trying to book it for the end of the retaining wall, and then I woke up again, and it was like. These aren't like particularly scary dreams, but like the intense emotion that was experienced during them was fucking insane.
Yeah. And so that was the transition dream, right?
Yeah, that was the transition dream. So that was dream
what I
number
call
2.
the transition dream.
I immediately got up and like just bitch slapped.
Because he cut off his dick.
Yeah.
Not really.
Wow, that didn't happen. So dream number 3. I'm in the high.
Not in the dream.
Right.
No.
Dream number 3. I'm in like the high desert, like of like fucking New Mexico or something, or Arizona, where it's like absolutely flat nothing, and you see these ginormous like mesas and plateaus and shit everywhere, and I'm on this like 7 to 10 foot high like outcropping, like this giant fucking rock, and I'm sitting there in the dark in the middle of the desert. Once again, high full moon. I can see the shadows that play on each of the rock outcropping sides. I can see the city lights in the super far distance. And I'm thinking, man, this is a fucking rad spot to chill. And then I look over by the edge of one of the plateaus, and there's this big fucking wolf there. And I'm like, huh, well, that's interesting. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like fucking 20 wolves just go apeshit, start coming over to this rock plateau that I'm at, and they keep trying to jump up and devour me. And like I'm trying to fend off these wolves that keep like biting at my pant legs and shit, and and like I'm about to fall off of this rock thing into this pile of wolves, and then I woke up.
Yeah. So my thoughts on that were. If you, that middle dream, that second dream, you saw the original, like, building where this shit went down, and then you fall into the water, and then something is attacking you from below you.
Yeah.
And then you have a dream about the desert, and then there's something that can attack you from below you. However, you're in a safe spot. But anyway, that middle dream, you weren't in a safe spot. Maybe it resolved itself. Anyway, the middle dream was like this transition dream, I think, into the third one. So, whatever it is, you're afraid of animals biting your dick off.
I think it just means that I need to smoke weed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be better than this. It'd be better than alcohol.
Yeah.
Not that it is bad alcohol. It is great. Sponsor us, rum. It's delicious for the worst drug on the planet.
Maybe next time that we do that, we should actually electrical tape up all the brand names on everything.
I don't think anything's visible. And the camera is in low light enough that I don't think anyone can see this. What a 90s ending. And then you woke up.
Yeah.
It's older than the 90s, Butch.
90s ending. Fuck. Why do you kids
By
know
the
about
way,
90s
is
endings?
okay, so is It's All a Dream, or obviously not just It's All a Dream, but like versions of that, separate realities, brain in a vat shit, is that cliche, or is that just the fucking human condition? Because like when you talk about cliches, usually I think cliches have to be specific.
Yeah.
I think like and anybody that like criticizes the it was all a dream, if it's specifically it was all a dream, then maybe. If it's that idea that like you're in a different realm and then you come out of it kind of thing,
Yeah.
I think that's a archetype of just humanity. I think that's like just a thing we do. And it may be the thing pointing to whether we're living in a simulation or not.
I think we are. Potentially.
How long have we been on right now?
I don't know, not very.
Simulation theory. Who's into it? Who gets hot? Who gets hot over simulation theory? Anybody getting their dicks hard over simulation theory? Or their nipples erect when you hear somebody talk about how you live in a simulation?
You're like, oh, it's just me.
Are you like, I hope they have Vaseline in base reality, because I'm gonna need to. When I come out of this, I'm gonna need all the lube I can get.
Jason simultaneously said that it was all a dream is silly, and the whole it's all in your head is being dismissive. And he said that in my head is the worst place for someone to be. Now, I think that is true all around. Like, at least for some people.
Universal truths. It's hard to call universal truths cliches.
Yeah. Well, he also caveats that with that his nipples are always erect.
That's good. It's a good thing. Oh my god.
What?
I'm not even reading that, Butch.
What
last comment. I'm not doing it.
Well,
I'm
now
not
you
even
just baited the entire audience.
God damn it.
What did he say?
I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper with Heavy D up in the limousine. Fucking, I don't even know what those lyrics are from. If those are lyrics, God, I'm so goddamn white. I'm sure that's from the 90s.
He says his nipples are like antennae. They sense danger and they keep him from walking into walls. Now that would be closer to whiskers. Like feline whiskers.
By the way, should I go to Riot Fest and see Saul Williams?
Well, duh.
And fucking Nine Inch Nails and Queens of Stone Age and
Why would you not?
Because I don't have any vacation or sick days left.
When does that ever stop you? You're just gonna VTO the entire time anyway.
It's true. Well, actually, no, because we're announcing shit on the 12th. When is that? Monday? Oh, it's Biggie. Biggie. Sorry, man. I wasn't I was in the fucking death row. I don't know.
Death Row was the label.
And
that
I was
made
like
you.
14. I was like 14. I was a 14-year-old white redneck gangster.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Pretty hardcore.
No, those BMG, the BMG music thing where they like give you like 14 albums for the price of one.
The complete fucking rip-off.
To rope you into a subscription.
Yeah.
Talked my parents into it, and my best friend and I ordered a bunch of CDs, and we got Doggy Style and The Chronic as two of the CDs, and my parents didn't know any better, and then like after a while they're like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, "I like it for the music," but I knew every lyric, so it didn't really work out that way. I didn't know what half the lyrics fucking meant.
Good night, Jason. Jason's going.
Good night. Good night, Jason. We love you.
He's got brunch plans tomorrow. Brunch, the gayest of all meals.
God, brunch. And you called me a hipster?
It's like breakfast and lunch mixed together.
So yeah. Yeah. I didn't fucking listen to any Biggie, really. But I listened to fucking Sage Francis and Saul Williams and Aesop Rock and fucking Jurassic 5 and KRS-One.
And I know. Can you name any other KS1 song?
Well, that isn't a KRS-One. Are you fucking... No. Not really, but I can't name right now. I can probably name even a Sage Francis song, and I've listened to so much fucking Sage Francis, it's scary. So I just kind of let an album play, and I don't fucking know half the names of songs.
Yeah, I started doing that a long time ago with albums, just not paying attention to names of songs.
Yeah,
let them roll.
Man. Well, I don't listen to a whole lot of hip hop, but man, there is some really fucking good hip hop. Even for fucking metal motherfuckers like myself.
Such as?
Good hip hop?
Yeah.
Well, I just said a bunch of shit.
Like what?
Like Sage Francis. Or like Aesop Rock. Or like fucking God. I saw him live and I can't fucking remember his name. Saw him at Lollapalooza. Can't remember his fucking name.
That's a great story.
Good shit though. If I could fucking remember it. I was trying to think of something I hadn't already mentioned. Yeah. Are we out of shit? Should we just end this thing?
I don't know. Do you know what else sucks?
Okay, we're not out of shit.
What else sucks is depression.
Yeah.
I felt amazingly lack of motivation over the past couple of weeks due to depression. And we tried to do a depression show last weekend or weekend before last.
Yeah, weekend before last.
And just got obliterated drunk.
So, yeah, it didn't work out that way. Which
Yeah.
is not how you deal with depression, kids.
It's not.
It's really not at all. Yeah, we had... I'm not gonna go into it, but our last roommate kind of had a falling out with that dude, and I got into a depression. Kind of over it now, but yeah, it sucked. At least it's been a couple of years since I've had absolutely no reason for just slipping into the darkest fucking moods. So,
Yeah.
you know, at least I have a reason now that, like, that shit happens. But it's hard to get myself out of it.
Do you think that happens a lot with magic practitioners? Like, that they usually have some sort of mental issues on top of everything else?
Well, that's like I think that's the thing, right? Like you should be of sound mind if you're going to do something that could potentially make you crazy. And so, but the fact that you're exploring that option might mean you're a little crazy anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah. Like, well, just, and the cultural, like, stigma of it makes it kind of exclusive and makes it hard to get into for, you know, anybody normal. So, like, same thing with psychedelic drugs. Like, people will do psychedelic drugs not knowing that, hey, if you're fucked up, you might get permanently fucked up, or, like, maybe not permanently depending on how much you do, but, like, that shit that's inside of you will come out if you, you know, smoke too much weed, do LSD, whatever.
Right.
And you know, but those are like the fringe of the general public is what is drawn to that, because it's the only, it's like you know, it's allowed. It's like, well, I'm not gonna fucking be a CEO. Like, I'm not gonna have a 401k. You know, my family is poor and we're all fucked up, and, you know, maybe, you know, there's some abuse going on or something, and like, well, why not do all the drugs? Why not, like, fucking have at it? And then, you know, whereas it could be therapeutic if they were sitting in a room with a psychologist or a shaman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, we'll do it and watch fireworks, and you know, I'll see one of my friends flip out on his girlfriend or something and maybe hit her, and then that'll drive me into a fucking I'll get in a fight with that dude, and I'll in my mind I'll play out killing him, and the cops will arrest me, and you know what I mean, like there's all this crazy layers of shit.
No, like
that comes with like your particular cultural circumstance.
I really
if
don't
you're
think
fucked up in the head,
you're not really describing anything good trip related at all.
Right. Well, that's the thing, though. That's what I mean. Is like, if you like, that's why the shit. It's hard to get psychedelics legal. Is primarily, well, and it's getting easier because more people understand that it's all bullshit. But, like, it's been hard because the people that are doing those drugs are not in a part of society that is particularly secure.
Right.
And they're not, you know, I'm not saying that they're all crazy. I'm just saying that, like, there's more of a chance that, you know, you have some fucking unresolved issues and you're rebelling by doing drugs, and you're, you know, that's not a healthy environment for anybody doing anything mind altering. And the same can be said for the occult or anything that where you're stepping out on a limb like that. Like, you know, but that's where all the best ideas come from too. So is the fringe, you know, like,
or taking shits.
Or taking shits, or getting in the shower, or sitting at the DMV or
something like that.
Something. But whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police.
Ah, fuck it.
I can't believe Butch is still watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think anybody else is.
No.
I think Liz liked the last video we posted. I doubt she's watching.
All 2 minutes.
But yeah, it's all Butch in this bitch.
Yeah.
Butch, you're awesome.
Butch, you are awesome.
Yeah.
So like,
So yes, there's. I'm sure artists have depression. Why are artists depressed? Because you fucking work in the realm of emotion, right? You're translating emotion into whatever it is,
yeah,
and so you're experiencing intense emotion, and you're diving into whatever it is. Fuck, man! Like you're opening yourself up, and you're just like, you know. It swings two ways, like it swings a bunch of ways.
huh?
It's fucking, yeah. It's a vat of chemicals in your head that like just gets a bubble of inspiration and then a bubble of, oh, hey, we're all fucked and we're all going to die and whatever.
All these things are true.
Yeah. So comes with the territory, really.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. I think we're going to end it on that happy note.
Yeah. We're all fucked. But we can all be fucked together. Just come over and get on the podcast.
Yeah.
And consume.
And so I guess I'm going to...
Engage and consume.
So ladies and gentlemen,
Give
this
us
has
money.
been Contextually Yours
Give us so
podcast.
much-
Brought to you by fuckeryinc.com, subsidiary of FAPCO. We'd like to thank our sponsors,
money.
Virgin's Feet Whiskey, and what's our other sponsor?
Sponsor us rum
And
sponsor us cola.
and also a
Sponsor us rum and
big
cola.
huge thank you to
And-
Cool Gent Doritos.
Cool Gin Doritos. Sponsor us granola.
And sponsor us
Granola pieces.
Yeah, so once again, you can send your hate mail to us at contextuallyyourspodcast.com.
Send your hate mail, and we will send you a dick pic.
Wow, I didn't know that was going to be a thing. Apparently, that's what we're doing now.
May or may not be.
So we're
'Cause
gonna
I'm shy.
we're gonna sign out here, and I'm gonna say goodbye in the way that my roommates think that I think. So, to Valhalla.
yeah. No, seriously, every time Griffin comes, he says, Valhalla, to Valhalla. Were you awake when we were
Yeah, I
making
heard
those
that.
jokes? Okay. Yeah.
But I'm gonna start doing that now.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh God, don't.
Like even like when
It means I'm gonna know when you're jerking.
yeah, even when I'm jerking off, just all of a sudden, to Valhalla. It would be fantastic.
Anybody who's still watching this bullshit, thank you.
That's better than when I was going. It's me,
pretty great.
Mario.
Yeah,
Every time.
it's pretty great.
Every time.
I was gonna cut off the feed when I stood up and pretended I was unzipping my pants, and then you kept talking. And,
Oh,
but that's okay.
sorry to ruin your
It's okay.
okay. Exhibitionism.
I love you all.
Good night, bitches.
Good night. How do I stop this feed? Oh fuck, I don't remember
this
how
is
I
gonna
stop.
this is gonna go on for a
I'm
while.
gonna stop the feed. Oh, hey, there's the button.
Yeah. Did it work?
This will end the video.
That's
Oh,
good.
now it gives me a confirmation.
Jesus
Oh
fucking
God,
Christ.
damn it! I thought that was gonna be so good.
Holy shit. You're a fucking failure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Contextually yours.
Fuck you.